right through the whole lot, the whole spectrum of the women's game.
Northern Ireland football manager Kenny Shiels is about to join Cam Newton this week.
Because girls and women are more emotional than men, so they take a goal gun in, they don't take that very well.
He thinks women are too emotional? Explain this.
Megastar of the football world, Cristiano Ronaldo, is facing a police investigation after a video came out on the internet where the footballer can be seen smashing a mobile phone out of the hand of a 14-year-old fan.
Sheesh, pretty emotional, wouldn't you say, for arguably the greatest in his sport? Spanish great Iker Casillas, bro, you can't be more emotional than a woman. Don't cry, right, Kenny? Messi, do not cry, even though the game means quite a lot to you.
These comments are just, they're enough to make you want to rip your ears off. I was cringing so hard listening to that again.
Alas, TalkSport let Shiels have it.
I've been doing a lot of rounds this morning chatting to women's footballers, and nobody can agree that being a woman means you concede more goals. It's just something that I think to paint women as emotional when it comes to conceding goals is just not fair. It's actually not correct.
Former Arsenal great Ian Wright criticized Shiels, writing, "Kenny Shiels talking foolishness, talking about emotional women. Didn't that man see how many times I was crying on the pitch?" Former England women's goalkeeper Siobhan Chamberlain told BBC Radio 5 Live, "We all know and we get it drilled into us as footballers. The 5 minutes after you concede a goal, the 5 minutes after you score a goal across the board, not just in women's football, in men's football as well, you're more likely to concede a goal. You're more likely to potentially go on to score again. That's not just in the women's game, that's in the men's game as well." And to just generalize that to women is a slightly bizarre comment. Who can disagree? In this space, in the world of sports, fans, like athletes, get emotional because they are attached to winning and losing, progress and failures. However, Chamberlain still sees it like it is, that she cannot believe Shiels would say something so incredibly dumbfoundingly foolish. You need to kind of take responsibility of knowing the value that words can hold, and when you give post-match pressers, when you're feeling emotional after a big game, it's important to make sure that you're speaking sensibly and are aware of the message that your words can carry. For context, Shiels' side conceded 4 second-half goals in a 5-0 defeat to England that left them unable to qualify for next year's Women's World Cup. The match, meanwhile, was attended by a crowd of 15,348 at Windsor Park, a record for a women's match in the country. Former Ireland captain and Arsenal great Emma Byrne also weighed in. "I'd be surprised if he's the manager for the next game, to be honest," she said. "You can't discriminate like that. It's the one thing you don't need in women's football when it's on the momentum, the trajectory." For him to say that is ridiculous, but it's a point he's thought about a lot. He's studied it. There was a lot of games where teams have conceded 2 goals in a short space of time. He decided to put it down to a fact of, it must be emotions for women. It must be. What else can it be? Which is absolutely ridiculous. It's just so silly. I know a couple of those girls, and I know they won't be happy with that, so I'll be interested to see how that carries on.